Welcome back to Button Down Gaming. My name is Jay, and I am playing with myself. Last was, I needed to talk to everybody, and I thought that I had done that, but I guess not. Alright. Let's see. Everyone in the order of truth. I thought I did.
All right.
So, okay. I'm scrolled back as far as I can. I talked to both of them. I talked to him. I talked to the two of you.
Yes. Now.
Is there like a character I can't see or something? Where does this take me? The machine is a chaotic assemblage of metal tanks and tubing. A work table mounted with spare parts stands beside it, and it's connected by wires to an oddly familiar sarcophagus and other devices. Examine the machine. As it turns out, there is very little to examine. Every access point to the machine has been carefully sealed. Some of the hatches and panels are worn with use. They are likely accessed by the Order when they perform maintenance on the machine. Others are gleaming, ornate locks with twisted keyholes, unmarred by the scratches and nicks of careless everyday use. You run your hands across its surface and feel the ghost of another person's hands doing the same. Anamnesis. Try to determine why this machine looks so familiar. 50-50 shot. Let's do it. To recover your stat pools, you can find a place to sleep or use consumable items and ciphers. Failure. I don't want to... No. Let's just pick up the spare parts on the table. There aren't many, nor are there any duplicates. These appear to be spare parts for the machine. Alright. But still, like, why?
Yes.
Is this the same thing? Yeah, it is. And I've talked to Callistige, right? Okay, there's no door here for me.
All right.
Is there somebody in the Order, like, outside or something? Yeah, I already read this one. Alright, well then, I'm just gonna peace out, and we'll worry about this later. So, I've been watching that Feud show. It's pretty good, I would say. I actually really like it, and I like the performances. They're all really, really good. It's, this mad visitant? Oh, the wealthy townsperson. I would highly recommend it. I've also been watching, Legion, which is fantastic, and, Taboo, and, oh, Big Little Lies, which is all about being a mom and murder. And it is incredibly fascinating. We're just going to leave this area altogether, huh? I don't know what this is, and I don't care. We're moving on.
All right.
Ooh, new place. More Levi's, young people. Silver Orphan. The F? Two silver humanoids stand near a small vehicle of indeterminate origin. Their skin has a reflective metallic sheen that makes them appear both a part of and separate from the scenery around them. As you approach, both of them turn to face you. They have no mouths, and their eyes are a fathomless black, reflecting nothing. A name for these creatures rises from memory, Silver Orphans. It may not be the name by which they know themselves, but it's the name used by the Order of Truth. The Silver Orphans turn to stare at each other for several moments. Then the one on the right gestures at you in a complicated pattern. Seeing your confusion, the one on the left kneels, using a foreshortened finger to trace lines and circles in the dust at your feet. Ripples radiate from a point, first a square, then a human eye, then an unrecognizable mass of interconnected dots. The Silver Orphan looks up at you, awaiting your reply. Okay, so I got good quick fingers, so I could probably do this. And I failed my last anamnesis check. Let's do this one. 85%. Success! You trace the drawing, starting with the same series of symbols that the one on the left drew. It watches your hands more than your face, head scanning your facsimile as it appears in the dirt. At a critical moment, it reaches over and corrects a line you had drawn, and the image as a whole takes on a meaning far deeper than you had imagined. Like the resolution of meaningless noise into the refrain of a beloved song, you suddenly know what it is the Silver Orphans seek. Machine intelligences, however or wherever they may be concealed. The orphans watch impassively as you reach this realization. Then the one on the right holds out a hand in a request for information. Let you know.
I'm ready.
That was kind of cool. Changing God cultists. Oh, and you have a name. This robed man turns a golden bespectacled gaze and winning smile on you. He seems a charming enough sort, but it's clear he wants something from you, and is perfectly willing to take it. Politely and with absolute guile, of course.
At last, he says. Someone who looks like they can see further than their nose. These Sagsites are as observant as rocks.
He clasps his hands together, pleading.
Please tell me you've seen a beautiful girl with purple hair. Her name is Persea. She is my beloved, but she suffers from a madness that causes her to fear everything. She can't stop running from imagined dangers, and I've been chasing her for, years now, trying to catch her and cure her before she hurts herself.
Okay, so that's really what makes this Marvin the Martian impression. Like, a lot of that was not. It's when you can tell when I end a sentence like,
and hurt herself.
Like, go up, 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 down. Like, that's Marvin the Martian. So that's how you pull it out.
I'll remember that.
I recently tracked her here.
That's another thing.
To Sega's Cliffs. But none of these blind fools can remember seeing her, even though I believe she stayed here for a time.
So this is like a Marvin the Martian, Kermit D. Frog impression, kind of like mixed together. He grips your arm.
Let me give you a description, so you will know her. She is heartbreakingly beautiful and wears winged hair combs that float around her head, constantly changing the arrangement of her purple hair. Please, if you see her or hear word of her, return and tell me. My name is Omadon, and I can be most generous.
Yeah, what caused her to go mad? He frowns, thoughtful.
It is, I believe, some trauma associated with her birth or early life. We found that it could be overcome with love and care and certain medications, but even then, some lapses occur. It was during the last of these that Persea vanished. I have been on her trail ever since.
How do you hope to cure it?
With love, mostly, but also with certain ancient techniques I have learned in my years of study for the cooling and untwisting of fevered and knotted minds. I am positive that once I am able to isolate her from the corrupting distractions of the world, I will be able to restore her to her true self.
What does that mean? It sounds like you're gonna kill her.
We were at the same grave in the Valley of Dead Heroes, a mutual friend, and in sharing stories of our love for that friend, we found that we were kindred spirits, and decided we did not want to part when we left the valley.
I don't know what I'm doing now. He smiles wistfully.
Odd that a place of death could give birth to something so beautiful and undying.
More details?
As I said, she is hauntingly beautiful.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, what sort of things will she say?
Almost anything, but one of her more persistent delusions is that I am her enemy. Nothing could be further from the truth. When she is in her right mind, she loves me as I love her, but when her madness is upon her, his voice grows soft. It is more painful than truth can say.
That was a joke, sorry. Yeah, I don't like him very much. I think it's pretty obvious that this is a twist, but the twist on the trope could be that he's telling the truth. Either way, I'm fine with her not going with him ever. What's over here?
Yes.
Sylph? This pretty young woman stands unnaturally still. Suddenly, her large, glassy eyes spring to life with a rattle and quickly lock with yours, before just as quickly snapping away. Her skin, as fair as porcelain, is cracked beneath several layers of dirt and faded makeup. And on the side of her neck you see what appears to be a small tattoo of vertical lines with glyphs etched at the bottom. For a moment familiarity overwhelms you, disappearing as a minute shudder runs down her arms. Her gaze snaps back to your face, but not to your eyes. She's staring at your tattoo. Jerkily, her hand rises to touch her own. Well met. I am called Sylph. You note the slight pause before she pronounces her name. Her voice has a purring quality under which you can hear the spinning of countless gears. She coughs, just once, and a small greenish cloud emerges from between her lips. How did you come by that mark? Alright, we will answer this next time on Button Down Gaming, so come on back, watch me play with myself.